Oh, I've got to have some of that.
Oh, no, no, no. This was built from the barrels of Grunhill's fleets, not meant for mere mortal men.
Neither was Oklahoma Beach, Blondie. Stop trying to scare us. Come on.
Alright.
Excelsior.
Alright, Stanley.
We're quite excited today, and no, not just because we're happy to see you, but because of... Tell them.
Excelsior by Imperial Nutrition. And I'd firstly like to thank Dean over at Highland Supplement Centre. Do go check him out on Instagram, Highland Supplement Centre. He was kind enough to send us down a couple of samples. So we do only have a couple of samples to run off today. There's probably a reason behind why we only got samples, and that'll be part of this video. So stay tuned for that. You know, we've had people say this is some amazing, amazing stuff. So stay tuned, watch along. We'll let you know everything in a lot of detail, won't we?
Will it send us to Cloud 9 or not?
Okay guys, taste time, mixability and all that sort of malarkey. What I'll say is, as far as we can tell, it only comes in one flavour, and that is the one we obviously must have, fruit punch. So bottoms up, let's see how it goes.
Excelsior. Not bad. Pretty standard fruit punch.
Yeah.
Bit weak because
I was
only
going to say that.
6 grams, isn't it? So.
Yeah, and we might have mixed it with a little bit much water.
Probably.
But I still wouldn't say it's bad at all.
I'd go 3.5, 3.75.
Yeah.
Pretty, it's fruit punch.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3.5. It's not bad, guys.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Mixability seems really good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much to mix, is there, at 6 grams? So yeah.
I think we might even be being a bit harsh at 3.5, but we'll stick with that. It is a nice one.
Yeah, it's easily doable. All right, let's talk price, and this is where it gets interesting, believe it or not.
Very, very interesting.
The tub is $69.99 US or £55.19p
in Great British.
Yeah.
So straight off the bat, guys, can't deny the fact it is a very, very expensive product. I will say that is straight off of the Imperial Nutrition website. You are able, and to keep it consistent, we are going to stick to that price, but you are able to get it for sort of 5, 6, 7 quid cheaper. You know, like 7, 8, 9, 10 US dollars cheaper at best. So do shop around. It will not affect this price scale much, bear in mind. Yeah, expensive products. So when we break it down into servings, this is where it gets interesting. So it's a 30 serving tub of 1 scoop. Now, you can take 2 scoops according to instructions. For consistency's sake, we're going to stick to that. We're going to stick to the max serving, which is 2 scoops, which I'm going to be honest, most people would probably take in most cases. We made the mistake of thinking it was a 1 scoop, and then we looked into detail and realised it is actually a 2 scooper. So that would obviously bring the servings down in that tub to 15 servings for 50 quid,
$70.
55 quid, $70. Very, very expensive.
Genius.
Now, when you break that down into the price per serving, it's £3.61 a go. £3.61 a go, or $4.58. So look, coming on $5 a go.
So it does not excel in price.
Yeah, I think we need a moment's silence with that one.
For all the wallets out there.
Yeah. For the destroyed notes of the banking world.
But does the effects justify it?
But yeah, we will see. But
0 out of 5.
0 out of 5 on our consistent pricing scale.
The most expensive pre we've come across, hands down.
Yeah.
For a prop blend, which we're going to get into now.
Yeah.
Let's get into this freaking label and see if it's worth breaking the bank on it then. Remortgaging your house.
Yeah, you need to with this one. Alright, go
And-
for it. And bear in mind, go on, tell them, bear in mind.
Bear in mind it's a bloody proprietary blend.
So we cannot divulge to you guys how much of each ingredient's in there. To be fair, you'd argue it's quite a worrying instance in that it only weighs 5.3 grams per scoop. And the fact I can see L-citrulline at the top there, you have to come to a conclusion that that's going to probably be underdosed at 1 scoop, potentially even 2.
Yeah, so this is not something that's going to get you good pumps. You know, it's not a pumpy pre, and straight away, no beta-alanine either. So this is just focusing on pure stim and focus. So let's get into this then. So obviously we can't comment on dosages, but first up, like Aaron said, is L-citrulline.
So at least it is the pure version of L-citrulline straight off. You know, that's responsible for boosting nitric oxide levels in the bloodstream and getting you those pumps, getting the blood into the muscle. We do like the effects of L-citrulline.
Next up is an interesting one, which I do not believe we've seen before, and I'm about to butcher it. Trimethylglycerine.
Yeah, that's
Glycine.
Can't tell how much again's in this in the pre. It's quite an interesting ingredient in that I can't recall seeing it before. There's quite a few interesting and varied benefits to it. I'll start off with one being it has actually quite similar properties to creatine in that it boosts strength and power output with continued supplementation. It also helps muscle cells regulate water content, so it's going to give you some pump. And then you move away from that, and it's also been shown to have sort of nootropic effects in that it helps sleep, mood elevation, melatonin release. So it's going to get you a bit more focus, a bit more concentration. So it's like it's a hybrid between creatine and like alpha GPC or along those lines. So interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
We can't tell how much is in there. So whether it's an effective dose or not, we'll just have to rely on the effects section.
Yeah.
How we felt it.
And that they're not just putting ingredients in here to snazz it up. Alright, okay, so next up is Huglia africana extract fruit.
Or the African sausage plant, as you guys may well not know or know. So that is a major stimulant, guys, responsible for a high energy drive into the body, also a central nervous system boost, focus, concentration, coordination, all those elements very much heavily related to the African plant. Been shown to be more powerful than even caffeine when used in studies. With rats and other things.
And it is coming into pre's more and more.
Yeah, you are starting to see it. Obviously the original was Dark Side by Alpha Neon. Funny we've actually got their top on today, but we're not sponsored, guys. Promise. Absolutely promise.
This is pure chance that we both wore it. It's our leg day top. Anyway, this moves us into our old favourite, caffeine anhydrous, and we just don't know how much is in here either.
Caffeine being the main stimulant in practically every pre-workout you're going to see that has stimulants in it. It's going to give you the energy, simple as that. Every pre-workout you're going to see that has stimulants in it. It's going to give you the energy, simple as that.
Next up is another interesting one, which we definitely haven't seen before.
Not seen.
Barenia purpurea. Some lovely flowers.
Yeah, I recognise that plant myself from country walks back in the day.
Sightseeing.
So yeah, that's basically, it's responsible for targeting the thyroid gland, which is responsible for fat loss. So it's another fat loss ingredient, but it has also got some stimulatory effects.
Okay, and then we've got another few similar ingredients to that effect. Coming up is bitter orange extract fruit.
Synephrine. Again, another fat loss in terms of metabolising fat cells within the body and getting them ready to use as an energy source. So these are all very similar up here on out, but they're all going to be responsible for fat loss and boosting energy because of that fat loss.
And again, octopamine.
Yeah, so octopamine, the word octo straight away gives indication to 8 chemical bonds. There's a lot of different ways that this targets fat loss, Another being it metabolises fat cells, energy boost. Also been shown to improve insulin sensitivity. So it's going to help you with weight loss.
Awesome. So it's covering all bases. And finishing off is hawthorn extract fruit.
Hawthorn extract, we have seen that a couple of times in the past. Again, dosage not sure. It's going to be responsible for aiding digestion. Most importantly, it's been replaced obviously with black pepper. We don't have that in this, so it's going to help get digesting all those ingredients listed aforementioned, should I say. Also been shown to boost the immune system and lower blood pressure, which is quite important. With a lot of stims and a lot of fat burners, it tends to raise blood pressure, so that should have the counter effect. Interesting ingredient, nice to see, because it does have a lot of other health benefits as well.
So that rounds off the list then. So almost all of those are focus and energy related.
So yeah, guys, it is just a shame we can't tell you the exact numbers in that pre-workout. That's one of the downsides to a prop blend. A lot of companies argue that perhaps it's hiding the formulas and it can't be copied, but I'm not too sure in this day and age. But will those ingredients come together and provide a good workout? You'll have to stay tuned for this next segment, guys.
So this bastard pre-workout is claiming to be a throwback to all of the classics, Jack 3D and CRAZE alike.
V1.
Does it pull it off?
Obviously, we start off by saying there's no 1 to 3 DMF, there's no DMHA.
There's no reagerensis.
No reagerensis, no Juglans Regia.
Shit.
In fact, the only thing that stands out as an exotic would be the Caglia africana. And again, dosage, not sure. But we will talk effects to you guys. Now, this is where it is a bit more difficult for us than perhaps normal. The reason being is we only got the one sample each, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which is actually one scoop in each one. We had to take that one. So we actually only took a half serving, really. I don't think that's going to blur our judgment too much. The reason being is on that one scoop, the way we saw it, perhaps, should be that it didn't have any sort of kick in. There's obviously no beta alanine, so you're not going to get those itchy and tingly feelings. So if you are not a fan of that, then this is going to be something for you. The caffeine, you do feel the energy drive up, but what I would say is take the pre-workout a good 45 minutes before training.
Yeah.
Because of the exotic Africana Caglia.
That's key.
Caglia Africana, key. Now, I used an analogy, didn't I, that it feels more like with some pre-workouts with high stims, they hit you and force you through a workout.
Yeah.
Like this one, you seem to want to go into the training session and the pre-workout seemed to pull you through it.
Yeah. Like
you didn't have a serious amount of drive of energy from out of nowhere. Focus didn't all of a sudden go off the scale and pull you and push you through. It sort of came on through the exercises as you obviously got the blood circulating through the body and whatnot, and time itself took effect. When it did a very good job. Obviously, we're going to have to be honest and say pumps were pretty much non-existent with this one, but it doesn't claim to give them really.
Yeah.
The stimulation focus side was my strongest. Energy was slightly behind. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah, it's focus, energy, pumps for sure. And the one I would liken it to that we've reviewed kind of recently is Rogue. That had about an 8 gram scoop. This is about 5-6 grams. So it's another one that's not aiming for pumps, just mental stimulation, energy. And it did deliver even at half serve. So we would argue that a 2 scoop would probably...
Oh, it's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, it would be, up there with the best of them, maybe even a 5 out of 5. But then you get into realms of, is it going to give you negative effects? Rapid heart rate, jitters, blah, blah, blah. But on this half serve, it seemed to hit quite a sweet spot for us.
Yeah, it was healthy. I didn't feel sick at all.
It finished a 2-hour leg day.
I didn't feel overstimmed. But again, we took half scoop.
Yeah.
It did make you thirsty.
Yeah, we both agreed with that.
So this is how we're going to score it. We're going to score it a 4 out of 5 on a 1 scoop. Now, I truly do believe that a 2 scoop will be a 5 out of 5.
Yeah. And it bloody wants to be for $70.
Yeah, I believe the effects will be a 5 out of 5 on 2 Scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to give it a 4 out of 5. Do check that asterisk below. Obviously, that's a half serving, basically. A lot of people might choose to do that. But 2 scoops, we really do believe a 2 scoop will be a 5 out of 5. But because we only got the 1 sample, we're going to go on a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
But again, asterisk is important.
Definitely. It's that time.
It's that final verdict, guys. This is the an important part, obviously. We're going to run through the segments and bring those scores together to give you an overall price. No,
taste. Start in chronological order. So, taste we gave a 3.5 out of 5. You know, it was your average fruit punch. A bit weak, although it'd be stronger with 2 scoops.
It'd probably be a 4 out of 5
yeah,
with 2 scoops.
Ironically, it'd probably be better with 2 scoops.
You know, it's just a general average run through the mill fruit punch.
Yeah.
Can't
Not
go
much to
wrong
say
with
on
it.
that.
No. It's a 3.5 out of 5.
And that's the only flavour from what we could see as well.
Only flavour. Price. Now this is the most interesting one. It is the most expensive pre-workout per serving we've done.
Yeah, full stop.
Yeah, I don't think that's beatable.
Excellent.
At £3.61 a go for 2 scoops and $4.58.
Jeez.
Again, that moment silence for those wallets out there. A 0 out of 5, I'm afraid, just simply because it doesn't even fit on our scale.
And it pulls it back a bit with the effects, which, as discussed, was a 4 out of 5 on a half serving.
Yeah, check that
scoop.
asterisk. We do believe a 2 scoop will be a 5 out of 5. We really do.
Yeah.
So that gives us a total score. It sounds very poor. Of
7.5 out of 15. So.
And even if you was to put in the whole extra point on that effects, then it would still only get an 8.5 out of 15. Obviously, it does lose out the whole segment with that price being a 0. It just can't gain anything on that. Again, your own discretion, viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah.
Price is not necessarily the important thing for some people. If you've got a budget, then yeah, obviously it's going to be. Don't get us wrong. We would struggle paying $70 for a pre-workout of 55 quid, 50 quid.
And for that reason, we really do struggle to recommend it on the proprietary blend, overpriced, 1 flavour, no pump ingredients. You know, there are a lot of negatives in that regard anyway.
I would recommend it to the top 10% of heavy stim junkie users. That's it.
People that seek stim only.
Yeah.
And, you know, pray to it.
So, guys, we land on a 7.5 out of 15, but again, your discretion is heavily advised on this one. 2 scoops going to be crazy, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Let us know if you tried it, though, especially on 2 scoops. We would like to know how you felt it.
Yeah.
And if you managed to get it at a cheaper price as well, we're intrigued.
And we are more than happy if it comes about that we do get hold of another serving, like a double serving to try, then we will, and we will be able to amend the scores.
Absolutely.
Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Highland Supplement Centre for sending us down those samples.
What other pre's they have? They have quite a range to check out.
Yeah, we used 1UP from them. If you remember the 1UP pre-workout review, that was from them. Dean's a great guy. He's very nice. Been very nice to us, so thank you, Dean. Thank you all for watching. Do subscribe if you can. Comment below. Give us a thumbs up. Keep following.
And as always,
stay
stimmed.
And you will on this one, I can tell you guys.